So I've always kind of been into fashion. I do want the brand to grow. I want to be in a different place. I want to do X, Y, and Z and whatever. But it's now, I just have to be reminded constantly that it's okay to slow down or go at a slower pace. Don't be scared of, okay, cool, is this the right one? It happens to me like, oh, is this the right move to make? Is that the right move? Like, what happened if I do this? What happened if I do that? The Lord will order your steps. So even if you go the wrong way, as long as you're trusting in Him, He'll direct you.
The Ada Podcast. Welcome back to the Ada Podcast. Today I have a special guest with me, Dolapo, who's also the founder of By Sunmonu, an amazing Christian clothing brand. And we'll be talking today about his journey towards founding the brand and everything in between. So yeah. Hi Dolapo.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
All right, like I'm cool, busy with like the brand and the drops and work and everything, but yeah, I'm okay. What about you?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm just glad to be here. I feel like I'm next to a celebrity, even though he doesn't see it yet.
No. I'm just a regular guy
Just
that
a
makes
regular
clothes,
guy.
you know.
Nice. Okay. Well, I guess let's hear the origin of the brand. Like, how did it start? What did you have some kind of encounter that made you realize I should work on this?
So I've always kind of been into fashion
Okay.
since I've been young, like growing up, living in different countries, experiencing like how people dress and culture and stuff like that. And then later, as I got older, I remember my cousin, so the brother of the cousin that's here now,
Yeah.
he started his own brand, and I was inspired from that. So, because they live in America, but I was seeing this on like social media and stuff like that. So I was inspired, and I wanted to do my own thing. But I remember I designed clothes, and I tried to reach out to manufacturers, and they were just telling me crazy prices, and I was like 16 or 17 at the time, and I was just like, yeah, there's no way this is happening.
Yeah.
Waited a few more years, or just like forgot about it, left it alone for a few years. And then I was DJing at the time, and I remember I was coming back from DJing one morning. It was like maybe 2 a.m. or something like that. And around the time I was praying, I was saying like, God, I want to do more than just clothes. I want to do more than just music. And prior to that, so that was, let's say, maybe March 2019. In Jan 2019, I remember I was ill. I was like very ill. My parents were in Nigeria, my sister's in uni, and I had these jeans in my house. And I was just thinking, I'm bored. I'm at home. Let me do something.
Yeah.
So I like did like distressing with like scissors and paint splashes and stuff like that, trying to like mimic Amiri jeans that were popular at the time. Did that, wore them to Barcelona, that a few days later somehow miraculously recovered. I'm sure now I can see it's the grace of God, because if I didn't do that, the rest of the story wouldn't have happened, I think. So wore them to Barcelona, took pictures, posted them on Instagram. So now fast forward back to March. So I'm walking back from the bus stop, prayed. A few hours later, somehow made it to church. I saw my cousin at church. This is another cousin. Saw her at church, and we were speaking, and she was just like, oh, like, let me see the pictures from Barcelona. Showed her the pictures of me wearing the jeans, and she was just like, why don't you sell the jeans? And it's like a light bulb went off, and I was like, that makes sense. And
actually do this.
from Jan 2019 till summer 2020, I was like painting jeans, showing them on Instagram, wasn't really getting anywhere. And so in lockdown in May 2020, I designed, so I had the Jesus Christ Saves Lives, like the text for the back of the t-shirt, and like a just by Simone on the chest, small pocket logo.
Yeah.
And May 2020, I sat down one morning and like just designed it how it is today, with like the birds, the lines around the text on the back.
This is the shirt.
And like the remaining of the front. So I did all of that in like one morning, and the t-shirt's been the same since, and made 14 samples, took one for myself, the other 13 sold to friends and family.
Wow.
And me and my brother, we went out one like morning in like June, and he was just like, we went to go and buy Jordans, and he was like, let's both wear the t-shirt and just take pictures and go from there. Took pictures that morning and afternoon, came home, and people were asking us when we were out, like, oh, where is this from? What t-shirt's that? Whatever. Took the pictures, came home, and it was like 9 p.m. I was thinking to myself, it's too late to like post on social media or post on Twitter.
Wow.
I just thought, let me do it anyways. Posted it, and it went viral, and the rest is
Crazy.
history. Almost 5 years later,
Wow.
it's my best-selling product. Still sells till this day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Is it really the last drop? He said it was the last
there's
drop.
there's a surprise
There was a
coming.
surprise.
You know,
Okay.
let me keep it chill. But
Okay.
very soon there's gonna be a surprise coming, because I was gonna make it the last drop, but
Yeah.
I've been convinced otherwise. So yeah, something's in the works.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. No, that's such a cool story. And like you said, if the things that happened prior to you going to Barcelona didn't happen, you wouldn't have had, I guess, this brand come out. So that's really interesting. As you've continued to build out the brand, like what has the process looked like? Because yes, you have like the Jesus Christ Saves Life t-shirt, but all the other things you've done, I guess, tied to the brand. How has the work towards those things look like?
It's been a big learning curve in many things. For example, logistics, or just kind of money management with business money rather than personal. So like cash flow. It's been like, I was on socials before, but now it's managing socials, managing expectations, making things aesthetically pleasing. There's just so many things that I've learned that now I was to the point where I was able to get contracts outside of my brand, like working for various big companies. And it's like this all started from my bedroom. But now I'm in these head offices, and it's like sometimes I'll be there and I'm thinking, you guys, it's like I've almost fooled you. Not that I know how to do the work, don't get me wrong, like I'm very capable, but it's like I didn't go to uni for this. I don't have any certificates for this. It's like I've just learned this day in, day out, like grinding. So yeah.
Have you always been this close to God? Because it seems like a lot of your brand is very much Christ-centered and God-inspired. Like it's like God gives you the idea and then you execute on it. So I'm just curious, even just the start of the journey, like have you always been, because I know your family might have been Christian and that was like kind of the thing growing up, but I'm just curious when for you it sparked.
So like I wouldn't say I was even born Christian. Like my parents weren't born Christian, but my mum became a Christian, and therefore I started to go to church when I was very young. So like probably like late 90s. So I was probably less than 5 years old or so. So I kind of grew up in church. That's all I know. Growing up in church. But it was like, I say to people that I was there, but I wasn't there. Like, you know, when you're there, you're just either sleeping, you're on your phone. Maybe
just
not
there
even
because
going.
you need to be there.
And then as I got older now, you come to the knowing and revelation of Christ, and that's when you now start to take him seriously. So now after maybe you've done all your rubbish or you haven't, depending on the person, you now start to be intrigued, like, okay, cool. Like, who is Jesus? Who is Christ? You start reading the Bible. And in my case, it's like I was just going through stuff. And then I started to pray more, started to read the Bible, eventually started to take, like, even going to church more serious, like my attendance in church, participating in church, serving. Eventually got baptized in 2019. And it was that whole time that was like kind of me loading for the last maybe 2 years, 3 years prior to the brand, or maybe 2 years prior to like when I was painting on jeans, that now it's like what was inside of me was just flowing into the brand, because it's just, I believe it's an extension of me. It's not me in of itself, but it's like my fashion sense, my outlook on business, my outlook on fashion, my faith all just flows into the clothes and the brand, the way I try to run things and operate. So it was
like
just
if
kind of
your
that.
personal life, if there's no surrender to God in your personal life, it wouldn't show out. It wouldn't show as much in the brand.
No, because it's even like, for example, as you're saying that, it's like God is giving me ideas. Like the idea for the short film, that wasn't me. I have another idea that I've had since December, but it just hasn't panned out, like both times in December and now. And it was just like, I feel like God gave me a simpler idea. Same way this time last year for my first short film. So this one recently is my third, but my first one, I believe God gave me that idea as well, because I wanted to do something a bit more complicated. Maybe I'm just so like far, like I'm just trying to do amazing things where it's like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
come back to this level. It's still great,
Great. Yeah.
but you'll get there eventually. But your production value or your production budget is down here. So, you know, let's operate here and let's do great things. And same thing. So I did like that short film. I believe it was God's idea, and it all came together well, and people enjoyed it, and it's just been growing since.
Yeah. Can you speak to that you get here thing? Because I think people are always so bogged down by like, it doesn't look exactly how I want it to be now. And I obviously know your brand is still growing, but
Yeah.
at least you've seen things over the past couple of years. So
It it gets to me still. I can't
Yeah.
lie to you. It does still get to me in terms of I do want the brand to grow. I want to be in a different place. I want to do X, Y, and Z and whatever. But it's now I just have to be reminded constantly that it's okay to slow down or go at a slower pace because you're on Instagram and other social media platforms and you're seeing the highlights of people's lives. You don't see the ins and outs, especially of a fashion brand owner. Like, I can't lie to you, it's a very ugly job. Like, but it's obviously a beautiful outcome, but it's a very, the in betweens are very ugly. Like, it's not aesthetically pleasing as much as we put it online. I can't lie to you.
Wait. I know you're having a good time listening, but I do need a small favor from you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if any of this is meaningful to you. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. Thank you. Now let's get back into the episode.
As much as we put it online, I can't lie to you. Whoever's trying to make it aesthetically pleasing, we're not lying, but it's like we're dressing it up.
Yeah.
So it's now even just not taking all of that too seriously. Now you just need to go at your own pace, go at the pace that God has set you at, and just grow. You don't want to be somewhere before your time. Like you can, for example, as we hear about, let's say people who have won the lottery, they win it and lose it all because
Very
it's
quickly.
almost before their time, before they've understood money management and investing and I don't know, just being careful with money. They've got so much and they unfortunately for the most part squander it.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to be somewhere before it's time. So just learn and take your time and be slow. And I mean, I'm even speaking to myself now at this point because like even on my way here, it's like I'm thinking I want to be further than I am. I want to sell more than I'm selling. Like I feel like the amount of work I'm putting in isn't reflective in the what's coming in. So it's just a thing of being patient. And there's a verse. I think it's in James. I was even reading on my way here. Like as it says, like our faith will produce patience, and that will produce perseverance. And yeah. So yeah.
I agree. Okay. You talked a bit about like growing up in different places. I think off camera though before we started.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's kind of like influenced talked about this a bit, but influenced your fashion sense and like I guess how you design these things, although you get the ideas from God. But do you want to talk about a bit about like how that's inspired the clothing items that you produce?
Yeah, so I'll say it's just general exposure. For example, the more you travel, just in general, like go to different countries, see how different people live, the more maybe open-minded you are, the more you're exposed to, the more like maybe even the more you tolerate in a way. Because for example, let's say somebody maybe only lives in, let's say, lives and goes to places where there's rich and affluent people. If they don't see how maybe the working class or people who don't relatively have much are living, they're gonna have a skewed perception of reality. So it's until you break that barrier, and I believe through traveling as well as living in various countries, that barrier has kind of been broken. Of not exactly seeing how other people live, but in terms of culture, in terms of dress sense, in terms of how to style things and what's cool and maybe not cool and what's in and what's not in, etc. Because even if you go to like different places in the UK, people dress differently, let alone different countries and continents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it just opened up my mind, and then it's maybe like, for example, whether it's a certain kind of demographic or culture or subculture, it's now because it's exposed me to it's now I can keep up with these things as I get older. So I don't know whether it's, let's say, how people dress, let's say, I don't know, the Olte scene in Nigeria, or how people dress in New York or in
Yeah.
LA or something like that, or how people are
Makes sense.
dressing up north in the UK or in London, or like it's like I can now tap into all of these things because I've been to these places, I've experienced it, I don't know, shook hands with people or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Makes sense. So do you feel like you have specific things you want to do through your brand, or you're just as open to doing as much as you want with it? And does everything have like, I guess, some kind of spiritual message tied to it?
So to answer your first question,
Mm.
there's definitely things I want to do, like pop-ups and stuff like that. Like it's been almost 5 years now, I haven't done a pop-up. Well, I've done like at my church. So my church does like a conference with all the branches. I've done that last year. I'm gonna do it again on the 31st of May. Um, so I want to do my own like pop-up. So for the 5th year anniversary. So in
Makes
July.
sense.
Um,
Ooh,
but
that's
there's
exciting.
yeah. So the Jesus Christ Saves Lives
Yeah.
t-shirts will return
Okay.
then as well as in May for
Okay.
the small pop-up.
Yeah.
But there's stuff like that I want to do. Just sort of going with the flow, seeing what comes up. You know, like it's like I was even thinking today, and I felt like God was just speaking to me, like, be still and know that I'm God. Like you can't try and control everything or try and get your way out of everything. Because
Yeah.
it's now, for example, I didn't maybe I don't know 6 weeks ago I didn't know who you were,
That's true.
or 2 months ago I didn't know who you were,
Yeah.
but you just approached me
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, this is cool. Like, let's do
Yeah.
this, you know.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
so many things that I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Like
That's
the
so
best
true.
situation opportunities could come to me tomorrow, but if I'm so stuck in my ways, I'll say
Yeah.
no, or
Yeah.
maybe it won't come to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, sorry, what was the second part of your question?
I don't even remember, but now I'm just thinking of the
Yeah, okay, no,
question.
no worries.
Were
Let's
you,
flow. Let's
yeah,
flow.
were you scared starting a
Oh
brand
my
and being
gosh, yes.
bold about like your faith with the brand? Because it's very like it literally says at the back of this shirt, Jesus Christ saves life. It saves lives. It's literally like there in your face. And I think some people try to like cover it up. Like I don't want to do too much, so
Mm,
it's like appealing to enough people. So was that ever on your mind in the earlier
um.
stages?
So yeah. So to even answer your last question, I've just remembered
Okay.
a lot of it does involve faith or my faith. Some of it doesn't
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
There'll be maybe hints of it here and there,
Mm.
whether because it's like I'm trying to get scripture and change it into imagery, so it's not just text.
And
Because
you
I
do that
just
with your videos too, which I love.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's because I feel like it's I don't want to say easier to digest because we shouldn't try and replace scripture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is another way to digest it because I feel like I haven't been diagnosed properly, but I feel like maybe I have ADHD and
Mm.
dyslexia or whatever. So it's like these forms of content are easier for me to take in, like visual content is easier for me to take in. So,
Yeah.
and to answer this question, I've slightly forgot the question,
It was just being
but
bold. Like, were you
yes,
scared
yes,
to be
yes.
as bold? You did remember the question because when
Um,
you started speaking, I was like, yeah, I did say spiritual message behind every outfit.
so with that, at times it can come at times, but it's like maybe in the earlier days,
Hmm.
but it's just something you kind of have to get used to. Like you have to know the lane you're going down. Know you won't exactly be accepted by everybody.
That's true.
Like you may be acknowledged or people will appreciate it, but you won't be accepted.
Mm.
Like I have Muslim friends, like where I grew up is predominantly like there's a lot of other faiths predominantly.
Mm.
So that's tends to be my friends from school.
Yeah.
Um but they still buy from me occasionally, what the stuff
Mm.
that doesn't say Jesus Christ saves lives.
Yeah.
And still support me, still like engage on socials, etc., put on their story and all of that kind of stuff. But and
Mm.
understand that you're with the message, you're being counter cultural, you're being against everything that the world tells you to do
Mm-hmm.
and other faiths tell you to do and who to believe in, etc.
Yeah.
So it is kind of daunting, but it's
Mm.
something that you have to overcome, as the word says that the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear, but power,
But
love, and a sound
some
mind.
mind.
So
Yeah.
you just need
True.
to be bold with your faith, and it's like something I'm praying for of recent, just to be more bold with my faith, even
Mm.
though it's like I'm selling this shirt and this brand. It's like I don't want to hide behind it. There's even things, let's say, like evangelism, that's still like actual going outside on the street evangelism. That's like something I want to become more bold and do. Like my church, they do it all the time. Literally, maybe a couple of days every month that they do it. And it's something I want to build myself up to do, because it's like, I thought obviously everyone has God has maybe instilled different ways in people, whether it's maybe from music, movies, being out on the street, clothes, etc. But I don't want to limit mine. If God has enabled me to maybe do more than just one path, then I want to do more than one path and just build that boldness so there's no fear.
That's good. I know you talked a bit about like the logistical aspect and the business side, but what, I guess, personal lessons have you learned from operating a clothing brand, but also specifically a Christian clothing brand?
Accountability.
What does that mean?
You can't, like, I see other brands over the years, you see them on socials and people complaining and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, mine's not perfect. It's still delays from time to time, and sometimes it's out of my hands. Sometimes maybe I was a bit too relaxed for a day or a week or something, or a few days, and it's therefore had a knock-on effect. But like accountability, because I know I'm operating in a small space or small kind of niche group of people, compared to, let's say, America, where there's a lot more people who are Christian and a lot more people in general. So you can probably escape with doing certain being somehow. In this country, I don't feel like you can escape. Like, they'll know you and they may call you out, I don't know, but it's now being accountable and trying to do everything in the right way. Integrity, essentially. Probably discipline. I'd like to be more disciplined in various parts of my life, but it's now just kind of getting up when I don't want to get up. And I can't lie to you, because the brand is a lot mentally, emotionally, it is a lot. So it's like there's days I'm just thinking, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to, I don't know, do this certain thing or something like that. But you just have to get up and do it, because it's like people are counting on you. I believe God is counting on me to do it. Because one thing I've learned over the years is like, it's not just gonna directly impact me. It's not for my benefit. It's for others, and it's also for God's glory.
That's true.
Because there's people that have been like, oh, I don't know, they were this way positively impacted by what I've done, and I don't know, that they've met this person, or I see other people that maybe from either, let's say I've done a photo shoot and two people didn't know each other from anywhere. I now see them working together on the project or whatever I'm not a part of. And it's like, so I'm seeing these things happen, and it's like, it's bigger than me. And it's hard to grasp that, because obviously we're in the Western world where everything's me.
Self-sufficiency.
So it's very hard to grasp that, but it's also, you have to understand who you're doing this for. Like, this is not just like a money grab or just a average fashion brand, should I say. So yeah.
Well, how do you stay encouraged though in that process? Like, I just have to get up. Like, I just told myself I have to get up and
mixture of prayer and knowing that I have no other options. Like, I don't exactly want to work 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I want to get out, to be fair, as soon as possible. If I'm being entirely honest. But at the same time, prayer as well. Like, and it's something I just need to continue to delve deeper into. And it's even like that short film that I've just made. Like, sorry, I keep referring back to it, but it's like even yesterday, it was just speaking back to me, because it's the same thing he was doing, it's the same thing I was doing yesterday. So it's now like I'm being encouraged by what I'm doing, and it's now thinking to myself, do I need to be making things or making reminders in these short films I'm making, so I can look back on it and it could just kind of encourage me when I need it. I hope that answered your question.
No, it does. It does. Do you have any advice for people who, well, you can speak firstly to people who also want to start like clothing brands that are Christ-centered, but also people who maybe want to find ways to involve God more in their business decisions?
I'll answer the second question first. I'll say it's simple. It may not be easy, but it's simple. And it's is it Matthew 6:33? Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added on to you. So it's seek him first, involve him in the small things and the big things, anything. And you may not have to wait for this miracle or like sign and wonders.
Yeah. That's what I was
you-
even saying encounter in the beginning. Like you have some kind of encounter that, yeah.
like you can obviously pray about things, seek
Mm.
counsel,
Mhm.
as Proverbs tells us that in a multitude of counsel safety is found.
Yep.
Also rely on the wisdom that he's instilled within you, but at the same time use your discernment so you don't lean on your own understanding. So it's tricky. Like
Yeah.
it's quite a simple, but it's tricky. So just involve him in every way you can. Pray if you need to, fast, worship. So you're just very sensitive and in tune with the spirit, and
That's it. Yeah.
just in your everyday as you're going around, you'll just, if you're in tune, you'll just hear little things or feel little things, and you'll know.
Like you said,
Okay,
even in the
cool.
mundane, you
Yeah,
catch the
yeah,
things
yeah,
you need
yeah. So you
to.
just know
Yeah.
like how to move and operate, and don't overthink it. I tend to do
Mm.
that. It's like don't overthink it. It's not that deep. Like God will pattern it. So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like even let's say for example, the word says how his word is a lamp to our feet.
Yeah.
And it says in where is this again? That it
What are you
says
thinking about?
no, it says that we shouldn't be anxious. Basically saying that
Not be anxious for anything.
cast all your cares onto the
Okay.
Lord because he cares for you. And if I'm not mistaken, it's either that or it's another one
The
that
two different
says,
ones you're saying, because you said do not be anxious. I was thinking Philippians, then you were like, cast your kids. And I know that one, but I think it's two separate verses though.
yeah,
We can
maybe.
check quickly.
No,
Listener.
let's
Okay,
flow.
okay, okay.
There's a verse that basically says how um okay, this is another verse that I can say probably that
And
the
you can
Lord.
paraphrase and we'll just put the actual
Yeah,
verse
no, I
there.
don't like
You
paraphrase.
don't
I need
like
to really,
that's
you know
true.
what I mean.
That's good.
But the word says that he will order the steps of the righteous.
Mm,
So don't be scared of okay, cool. Is this the right one? It happens to me like, oh, is this the right move to make? Is that the right move? Like,
mm,
what happened if I do this? What happened if I do that? The Lord will order your steps. So even if you go the
that's
wrong way,
true.
as long as you're trusting in Him, He'll direct you.
That's
So
true.
it's just
That's true.
now being still and knowing that He's God.
That's
And to answer
good.
your first question, I would say similar to me, what I do is try to, if you're now doing a brand where there's maybe a lot of graphics or something like that, it's now changing scripture into imagery because the Christian clothing that we were maybe seeing growing up is maybe
Mm,
the scripture on a t-shirt in text. But if you look at fashion, if you just go to either various shops or let's say for example someone goes to central London just to when you look around you'll see what is selling because if it's in a shop let's say like End Clothing or Selfridges or Harrods those shops have bought off those brands
yeah.
at wholesale price and
Mm-hmm.
now put it into their shop at the full retail price.
Yeah.
So if they've invested their money, they've basically done their research to know that that's selling, so we're therefore going to buy it at a lower price and sell it at the regular price. So if you go into shops and you're seeing something there, it's selling. So therefore, you should know that, okay, cool, this is what the market is buying. They're not really buying clothes with text everywhere, like, I don't know, 4 sentences and 3 verses. Like, people aren't going to
Yeah.
stop and read that. But imagery, they'll
It
take it
captures.
in. And I think
Yeah.
maybe it's just me, but it's like you can kind of dissect it quicker than text. So it's now changing words into imagery and just trying to be different, trying to understand fashion, seeing trends as well, but at the same time not being too caught up in a trend because obviously they keep changing. So
They
if they
do.
keep changing, you're gonna forever chase.
Yeah.
On the business side, it's just now money management, making sure that everything is in order with like manufacturers, taking it slow. So not before you have a solid audience, don't go and order 50, 100, 200 pieces of something. Get your samples, show it, TikTok, Instagram, market it like that.
Yeah.
Gather your emails, gather your phone numbers for SMS marketing, and then go from there.
Makes sense.
I'll just say, just make everything cool, make everything. Make one thing I've said to myself is I want my clothes to be on the shelf and kind of fit in with what's going on, but still at the same time stand out for its own self. Like quality wise,
Right.
it fits in. Design wise, it fits in. Aesthetic wise, it fits in. But there's something about it that makes it stand out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good. Can you give a practical example of how you've maybe had to blend prayer and seeking counsel in like your decision making for any of your pieces or anything tied to your brand?
Ooh, it's another hard question. How have I been able to blend it or
Yeah, like doing both of those things. Because, like you said, you
okay.
still have to be discerning, even though you ask people maybe for advice or that kind of thing.
Um okay, for example, let's say that short film I've just released, like I'll be praying for wisdom or praying for ideas and stuff like that. And it's like okay, let's say for example the next one that I want to do. Like I was praying for, okay, cool, God, I want to do the next one, I want to prepare for it, etc.
Yeah.
And I thought I had an idea. It's not bad. It could still work, like, but it's not. There's not exactly anything of Christ in it per se.
Yeah.
Just like something that's entertaining, a video that'll be funny.
Mm.
And then today happened, and now it's like I thought. Well, today in terms of what I was saying about these short films encouraging me,
Mm.
that now happened, and it's like, oh, okay, like this is something I've been praying over, an idea that I've kind of spoke to people about
Mm.
maybe just how the logistics of it, of the people that I'll need or the things I'll need.
Yeah.
But then it's now God has now dropped something into my spirit.
Mm.
So it's now what God will say supersedes what counsel has been sought after.
Yeah.
So I'll say it's definitely that, and I'll say it's a thing of having wise counsel is people that are prayerful themselves. Like I'm not saying that you can't go to someone who's not a Christian for something because they could also have something that is inherently from scripture. They just probably don't
Don't
know.
know. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'll say it's just a mixture of both. Pray about it. I'll say I pray first before I see counsel,
Mm.
and then now it's almost like a waiting game. Just sit there and chill and wait. Obviously, try to
Yeah.
plan, try to figure things out, and just let God lead you in as you're going. You
Yeah.
may have to be still. You may have to go at times, and God will navigate you from there.
Mm.
But yeah,
Makes sense. Okay. Guess what are you looking forward to with this brand and I guess over the next few years? I mean, you said it's been 5 years now, right?
yeah, it'd be
So the
5 years
next five
and yeah,
years, what are you
July.
looking forward to doing with the brand?
Oh, just meeting more people, doing more
Mm,
pop-ups, hopefully international.
amen.
Maybe yeah, by the grace of God, maybe opening a store would be nice.
Mm,
But at the same time, I like the idea of pop-ups. That it's like I don't know. One day I'm in London, next day in
okay.
New York, next
Yeah.
day I don't know
LA.
Johannesburg, next day Lagos. Like
Yeah.
I'm just in different places, and I've seen other brands do it. This is something that we don't see often. This would be
Yeah.
something that would be nice to do. Something that would be, especially in our space, something you
Mm,
don't see at all. So something like that would be nice to do, and just like encourage more people to step out and do something like this themselves, whether it's whatever space in maybe entertainment or I don't know, clothing or something, just to be daring and be
cool.
beyond, do beyond what's normal, even
Mm,
for whether it's for your level or in general.
mm,
Um, but yeah, just to keep experimenting, keep pushing,
yeah.
grow bigger, obviously, employ people, have an office space.
Mm.
Yeah, just go from there really. And
No.
obviously keep glorifying God as I'm doing everything.
Yeah. How do you maintain standards with your brand? Because it looks so good that someone would even realize that, you're still working while you're managing this.
Mm.
So I'm just curious how it all works in your head. Like how's that process like?
um, I feel like it needs to be great. Like I don't like I was saying about how I would want my clothes to be on a shelf with other brands who are established for 20 years, and I
Mm,
don't want people to see a difference.
yeah.
It's like I just want to put out content and products that is undeniable. So whoever from whatever walk of life looks at it and says this is great, like this, regardless of what they believe in or what they do, this is amazing. Like that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
As well as like I just feel like I need to do it in terms of glorifying God, but obviously it's not by my works, you know. But I feel like I shouldn't give substandard. I feel like that one I definitely shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Especially if I have the know-how or like the understanding or the ability to do more, I definitely shouldn't do less.
Yeah.
As well as just looking and being inspired by people who are already doing great things. So it's like now, if that's what I'm looking at, if that's what I'm aspiring to, why would I do any less? So yeah, it's just a mixture of all those things, and
Like you said, it's
yeah,
also bigger than you. Like you
yeah,
mentioned that
literally,
earlier.
it's always it's bigger than me. I think that it speaks to probably how people like want to help me with all these things, and like I'm saying, like destiny helpers and stuff like that. Sometimes I just sit there and wonder, like, because sometimes it's like I'm not paying them anything, and I wonder, like, why are these people helping me? I don't
Where
get
they
it.
invested
I don't
to.
their time,
Yeah.
their equipment, or whatever. Maybe the cost of them helping me. I'm just thinking to myself, like, why? And I guess maybe they see it a lot differently than I do, because obviously I'm in it and invested in it and whatever. But
Yeah.
they see it and they're like, they just feel like this is amazing and they want to be a part of it. And if that's what it is, then fair enough, you know.
Yeah. Makes sense. That's honestly beautiful. Like I mentioned, I try to end every episode with asking the guest if they could provide either a verse, Bible verse, writing prompt, question, or a final word of encouragement, which could maybe just be something in your story that maybe I haven't asked about and you feel like sharing, that shifts their focus towards gratitude to God, because that's what your dad means.
Mm.
So yeah.
So it says, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. So that encourages me, in that it just reminds me and puts things into perspective that as we can see that Jesus was telling God, take this cup away from me. But for the joy set before him, he endured the cross. So he said, all right, cool. You know what? Because of who this is for, I'm going to do this. You get it? Like, and it's the
Yeah.
same thing that we need to not even we definitely need to do. I feel like there's so many ups and downs with this brand. There's days I'm thinking, I don't care about this thing anymore. I don't want to do this. Like, I just want out. But it's now I need to remind myself, and it's very hard. It's very, very hard to do it in the midst of it's almost feel like the sky is falling. But for the joy set before Jesus, he endured the cross. So it needs to be the joy set before me. Whoever's like always, I've been saying to people, like, if I may not get everything I want out of the brand, but maybe the person behind me who's going to start their own thing will get what I want, and the person will probably behind them will get what the next person wanted, etc., etc. So it may be everything I may be doing, like trailblazing or paving the way, maybe for the person after me.
Coming after you.
Even similar to like John the Baptist and Jesus, like not that he wanted it, but it's like people saw him and said he's the one, but he wasn't. He said it's the
Someone
guy
is
after
coming
me.
after me.
You get what I mean? So for the joy set before me of whoever's next and what it will do for the kingdom in terms of these brands that will come out, and they will do so much more because they can see me trying to do more. I need to endure whatever I'm facing now, which is extremely hard and it's tough. And I'm thinking I want to give up and all of this kind of stuff, but I can't. I can't give up. I feel like even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to because I don't want to do anything else. So it's like, yeah. So I'm almost stuck where I am in a way,
In a
but
good way.
yeah, in a good way, in a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much again,
No
Dolapo, for
problem.
being here. Please tell them where to find your brand,
Okay.
all the places. And it's not a
Yeah.
shameless plug, it's a very open plug here.
Yeah, I have to. I have to. So you can find the brand everywhere. At By Sunmonu, so BYSUNMONU. So that'll be Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, even the website bysumonu.com. You can find myself, Dolapo Sunmonu, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere really. So everything's quite like streamlined, same username everywhere, just so it's easy.
Branding.
But yeah.
Why'd you pick that name?
Oh, it's my
I mean, it's your
surname.
last name, but yeah.
So prior to me starting, years before I started, I remember I had a Samsung, I think it was, and you can like in the notes, I think this is before you can like write in Apple Notes. So you could write in the Samsung notes. So I just wrote one day by Simonu, and I remember sending it to my laptop, and I was thinking to myself, I want to start a brand with this name. I want to start something with this name. A few years later, the opportunity presented itself, and there we are.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Perfect way to end. Thank you so much.
No problem.
That's it, guys. Bye.